interested in hearing how people deal with artifact promotion and promotion of artifacts in multi-artifact, i.e. multi-service environments. In brackets, the control repo model doesn't really facilitate fluid promotions when used to keep various service versions in sync. I hope you know what that means, because I have no idea what that means.
So everyone uses different terms. I'm not 100% sure what control repo model means, but I think it might mean like a manifest-based deployment. Mm-hmm. What that would mean is that you'd keep track of all the versions that have worked together in a test environment and make sure that they're all deployed together when it goes to production. So that's how I'm going to answer the question. If that's not what you meant, Simon, be sure to reach back out, and I'm happy to have more of a chat. But you're absolutely right that when you start keeping track of what versions are tested in staging environments or test environments for what versions can be deployed together, you end up with what I affectionately call a distributed monolith, because the deployment is all still very tied together, but you have all of the challenges of distributed services. So absolutely, this is a challenging environment to do delivery in. Then the question is, how can you do it better? And that's going to be very dependent on what your artifacts look like and how your deployment process is. In an ideal world where you're doing, or not ideal, but a more modern world, we'll say, where you're doing containers within like a rolling deployments, you might be able to do tags in, your cloud provider, whether that be AWS or Google, and say these tags are allowed into production. And that way that it's promoted. So a tag can say you've passed, unit testing, a different tag can say you've passed integration testing, and so on, until it gets to where the tag says production ready. And then that tag can be removed if it turns out there's an error and that is no longer a production ready container or deployable. So where you have to get to really is having trust that you can identify faults in production with new services talking to each other and roll back quickly. So that's really a necessary part of doing continuous deployment for sure, and even delivery at times.